The moment I found out, everything changed. I am still trying to process how I went from being so in love to feeling like my whole world had been turned upside down. My name is Emily, and this is my story. I met Jonathan at a music venue in Nashville, where I was performing as a singer-songwriter. He was charming, handsome, and seemed to genuinely care about me. We started dating, and I was swept off my feet. He was my rock, my partner in every sense of the word. I trusted him more than anyone. Our relationship was a whirlwind romance. We got married after just 6 months of dating, and I thought I would found my happily ever after. We spent our honeymoon traveling around the world, and I was on cloud nine. But looking back, I realized I ignored some major red flags. At first, it was small things. He stopped being interested in intimacy with me. We'd go weeks without making love, and I would brush it off, thinking he was just stressed with work. But deep down, I knew something was off. He'd also stopped making future plans with me. We used to talk about our dreams, our aspirations, but suddenly he was vague about everything. And then there was his obsession with working out. He'd spend hours at the gym every day, and I could see the change in his body, but it was more than that. He was suddenly so concerned with his appearance. He'd spend hours in front of the mirror, and I would catch him staring at himself, admiring his reflection. My mother had warned me about him from day one. She'd say things like, "He's too good to be true," or, "I do not trust him." But I did not listen. I thought she was just being overprotective. As the months went by, I started to feel like I was walking on eggshells. I never knew what would set him off. He'd make these little comments like, "You're being too sensitive," or "You're overreacting." And I would doubt myself. I would think, maybe I am being too sensitive. Maybe I am just being paranoid. But the final straw was when I noticed he'd removed his wedding ring. I asked him about it, and he just shrugged it off, saying he was just trying to be comfortable. I did not think much of it at the time, but now I realize it was a sign of something bigger. It was on a Tuesday afternoon when I was getting ready for a show that I saw her standing at my doorstep. She was a woman I would never met before, but there was something familiar about her. She handed me a folder full of receipts, photos, and messages. My heart sank as I realized who she was. Jonathan's other woman. "You're his wife?" she asked, her voice laced with accusation. I had no idea. He introduced me to his family as his girlfriend. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. I could not breathe. I could not speak. All I could do was stand there, frozen, in shock. She handed me a USB drive. "This has everything," she said. "All the recordings, all the messages. He's been lying to you for years." I did not know what to do. I just stood there, holding that folder, feeling like my world was crumbling around me. As I looked through the receipts, I saw that he'd been secretly recording our intimate moments for years, longer than we'd been married. It started when he downloaded social media for the first time, during our honeymoon. I felt a wave of nausea wash over me. I could not believe it. The man I trusted more than anyone had been betraying me in the worst possible way. But the worst part was yet to come. As I dug deeper, I found out that he'd been using those recordings to manipulate me, to make me doubt myself. He'd been gaslighting me, making me think I was the one who was crazy. I thought back to all the times he'd made me feel like I was overreacting, like I was being too sensitive. It was all a lie. I knew I had to get out of there, but I did not know where to go. That's when I called my sister, and she let me move in with her. It was a lifeline, and I clung to it. As I packed my bags, I felt a sense of quiet dignity wash over me. I was not going to let him break me. I was going to rise above this. I remember saying to him, "You know, I thought we had something real, but I guess I was just a recording to you." He looked at me, shocked, and for a moment I saw the real him, the man behind the mask. But I did not engage. I just kept packing, my eyes fixed on the door. "I want a divorce," I said, my voice firm. He looked at me, and for a moment I thought I saw a glimmer of regret. But it was too late. I was done. As I walked out the door, I felt a sense of freedom wash over me. I was taking back control of my life. I was reclaiming my power. It's been a long journey, but I am finally starting to heal. I am still dealing with the aftermath, but I am stronger now. I know I deserve better, and I am going to make sure I get it. I am not the same woman I was when I married Jonathan, but I am a better woman now. I am a woman who's been through hell and back, and I am still standing. I am cautiously hopeful about the future. I know there will be challenges ahead, but I am ready. I am ready to face whatever comes next, armed with the knowledge that I am strong enough to overcome anything. And as I look back on that moment when everything changed, I realize that it was the start of my journey to freedom. It was the start of my journey to becoming the woman I was always meant to be.